My name is Jakob Lehmann. I'm a conductor and I'm very happy and very excited to make my London debut with the Monteverdi Choir and the Orchestre Révolutionnaire et Romantique in October. Gioachino Rossini was, and many people don't realize this, I think, was the most successful composer, not only in his time, but up to his time of all times. Not even Mozart, especially not, in that time, had this global impact. But much more than that, he was really a fascinating, outstanding composer. I think especially through the lens of historically informed performance, there is still a lot to discover about this composer. How incredibly advancing he was in terms of style, in terms of pushing the instruments to their limit, certainly pushing the singers to their limits. But anybody who listens to a piece of Rossini, especially in concert, especially in live setting, will not be able to escape its impact. We all long for, emotive and direct musical experiences, and I think he's one of those composers who, like all of the other great ones, can give you exactly that. I'm very excited to be working with Monteverdi Choir and Orchestras for this project for the first time. Not only because these are ensembles that I have essentially listened to all my life and have seen many concerts, in fact, but mostly really it is for me to work on a composer and a style that is so important and close and dear to me, whom I have such a very specific idea of how I would love this music to sound, to explore that together with them. Classical music was, in a way, omnipresent in my childhood because both of my parents are musicians. I used to be a violinist, and conducting is something that has always had this huge fascination on me. But I also really liked playing, and I really liked the historically informed world where often conductors are not, needed in that sense in the earlier music. It felt natural to me to lead a group of people from the instrument, but then I realized that it was not so much doing it with the violin that was important to me, but just the general way of communicating with others. The program for this concert shows two different sides of Rossini, both in terms of time, but also in terms of genre or style. It was quite early that we decided to do the Stabat Mater, which is one of his main religious works, an incredibly fascinating piece. The Ermione excerpts we are performing in the first half were in a way also a no-brainer to me because it is really in his serious operas that he's really at his very best. How he uses the orchestra, how he uses the orchestral colors, the wind instruments in their kind of really virtuoso solos. The way he uses the chorus again, and that is the perfect kind of link to the Stabat Mater in that sense. This project is the first in a planned series of concerts, recordings, to rediscover the music of Gioachino Rossini on period instruments. It's really important for me to have a group that is not only excited about it, but also gives all these possibilities, because the orchestra and the choir are so world-class. They are really the best to present this.